Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. I'm excited to bring you the best breakfast on TV and even more excited to extend an invitation to you to join us and be part of the show. It's an interactive show, as you would know, and so we'd like to invite you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions on the various issues that we'll be discussing this morning. What perspectives our guests will be bringing to the various topics. And then, of course, you can send in your submissions and your contributions as well. Join us via text. So the WhatsApp number is on your screens. Send us a message and we'll be glad to read them out on the show. Alternatively, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can drop a comment in the chat box and we'll do our best to read it out on the show for you. We have some interesting posts on X as well as on Instagram. Kindly go and engage those posts for us. We'll be grateful. Then, as generous as we are, we've reserved some exclusive video content for you on TikTok. So we'd like to see you follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, tweet, retweet, reproduce, and all of that. All right? We're excited to have you as part of this wonderful family. Thank you so much for keeping faith with us here on Channel One Television. Now we're gearing up to level 2 of the aptitude test. The literacy challenge, right? And the level 2 is a written aptitude test. So early this week, we made the big announcement of the first 100 contestants, or the top 100 contestants who have made it into the second stage. That's the level 2, where they'll be sitting for a written aptitude test. This will happen at the British Council in Accra on Sunday, August 16, 2026 at exactly 12:30. Okay, so we want to see you at the British Council. If you have checked your name and your name is among the top 100, let's see you at the British Council here in Accra on Sunday, August 16, 2026 at 12:30. Come and write the aptitude test and hopefully progress to the next stage of the competition. Okay, so it's happening once again at the British Council here in Accra on Sunday, August 16, 2026, 12:30 p.m. I want to see you there. Now, the Literacy Challenge 2026 is brought to you by 97.3 City FM and Channel One Television, and is proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance PLC, Advocate Publishing Limited. We have the Tema Oil Refinery Tour, and we have the Delhi Group also sponsoring us. We'd like to say thank you and send our appreciations to all these organizations: Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance PLC, Advocate Publishing Limited, Tema Oil Refinery Tour, and the Delhi Group. We appreciate you so much. If you need any information regarding the level 2, that's the aptitude test, kindly call 0205 973 973. If you need any information whatsoever, kindly call 0205 973 973. And of course, our ladies are here to assist you and help you make it to the second level. That's the level 2 of the literacy challenge, which is the aptitude test. All right. Now, all Ghanaian businesses, homegrown businesses, indigenous corporate bodies, local SMEs and startups, I have good news for you. There's an opportunity for you to reach a wider pool of potential customers, potential investors. There's an opportunity for you to scale up your business. There's an opportunity for you to reach a wider population. And this opportunity is available on the 29th and the 30th of August at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Now, what is this opportunity that I'm talking about? I'm talking about the biggest exhibition of made in Ghana products, goods, services, Ghanaian businesses, homegrown businesses, indigenous corporate bodies, startups, and SMEs. The This is Ghana exhibition is the biggest platform that showcases Ghana's export potential to the rest of the world. So if you're a player in the cosmetic space, if you're a player in the FCMGs, if you're a player in the fashion and textile industry, if you're a player in the manufacturing sector, if you have a wonderful service made locally but you want it consumed globally, if you are into agriculture, if you are an innovator, this is the opportunity for you. Call 0205 973 973, 0205 973 973, or 0558 973 973. Register and make payments to secure a slot at the This Is Ghana exhibition and grab that once in a lifetime opportunity to showcase your potential to the rest of the world. You might have an amazing product that deserves the necessary push, and this is the opportunity you need to take advantage of. So call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973. Register now, make payment, secure a spot or a stand at the This Is Ghana exhibition, and come and show the rest of the world what wonderful, amazing products you've been about. All right. We hope to see you there on the 29th and the 30th of August 2026 at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. It's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. So we have a 2-day exhibition that will help you reach that customer you've been looking for. Now, for our patrons who will be coming, perhaps you've come about some money and you're looking for a sector or a business to invest in. This is also an opportunity for you to find the right investments, and then you can get into business with the various exhibitors that will be showcasing or vending and exhibiting their products, their goods, their wares, their services, their companies, their businesses to the rest of the world at the This Is Ghana exhibition. Okay? Do not worry at all. The children's park is big enough, so we have enough room for parking. So just come in your numbers, and have wonderful news for our patrons as well. There's no gate fee, and so entry is absolutely free. Absolutely free. Not a single CD will be charged at the gate. Don't let anybody sell to you any tickets. That's a scam. Don't fall for it. Entry is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything to come as a patron. But for our exhibitors, our vendors, of course, there's a little fee attached to it. So call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973. Register and make payments, and let's all assemble at the This Is Ghana exhibition happening at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park on the 29th and 30th of August 2026 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. And come experience Ghanaian ingenuity like never before. Come see Ghanaian businesses doing amazingly well. Something ordinarily you wouldn't have access to, you won't be able to experience. We look forward to seeing you there and sharing in that experience with you, because it's different telling you about the experience and then having you live it, okay, walk through it, and then you also get a feel of the wonderful stuff Ghanaian businesses are making. It's actually a marvel, the level of advancement that Ghanaian businesses are making regarding to the product itself, its packaging, and its branding. And it's absolutely a wonder. And we want to share that experience with you. That's why we've put together the This Is Ghana exhibition, so that you can experience firsthand the beauty of Ghanaian ingenuity. The This Is Ghana exhibition is brought to you by Channel One Television, that's Channel One TV, and 97.3 City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by MTN and EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. So we'd like to say thank you to MTN and thank you to EcoBank. We're grateful for the sponsorship, the partnership. Of course, we're excited about the future of such partnerships, and we hope that our people show up, and we have a wonderful 2-day exhibition to showcase Ghana's export potential to the rest of the world. Now, that said, today is a big day. All right. Something great, something exciting, something delightful, especially for car enthusiasts, vehicle lovers, because today is the day that we're having the Channel One TV and Zonda Tech Auto Sale and Expo. So we are asking you to come discover a wide range of vehicles by Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, designed to deliver power, efficiency, and durability on every road. So, if you're into the haulage business and you're looking for a truck to augment your fleet and to boost your business, come to this auto sale at the Zonda Tech showroom at Jowulu here in Accra. Now, if you are into agriculture and you're looking for specific vehicle to help promote and to grow your business, just come to the Zonda Tech Auto Showroom today and tomorrow. That's 13th and 14th of August 2026. Now, if you are getting tired of your vehicle, if you feel you've been driving it for a while and so you want to change it, you want to introduce a new machine into your family of cars, then come to the Zonda Tech showroom at Jowulu here in Accra this morning. If you're a first timer, you're looking to buy your very first ride so that you too you can crash 7 and be waving at people. Yeah, come to the Zonda Tech showroom at Jowulu here in Accra today and tomorrow, because the Channel One TV and the Zonda Tech Ghana Limited Auto Sale and Expo is happening today and tomorrow, the 13th and 14th of August 2026, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Daily. Okay, now here's the wonderful thing: we're going to have vehicles from all classes. Okay, so your sedans will be there, your trucks will be there, your mini trucks will be there, and of course your heavy duty trucks will also be there. Now you get to choose between luxury vehicles, durable vehicles, powerful machines, and of course efficient vehicles. All right, so this is what the place looks like this morning, and we're excited to invite you to join us there. If you're an organization with a transport department that moves your stuff around, you need a vehicle that can survive, if you like, the 24-hour economy that your transport department is running. Because when you are picking up people at dawn and you are dropping off people at night, so your vehicles are working 24/7. Now you need a vehicle that can withstand that test of time. You need a vehicle that is durable enough, one, for the pressure you're going to put on it, and two, for the roads that it will be plying. And I can guarantee you that all of such vehicles will be on display at the Channel One TV and the Zonda Tech Auto Sale and Expo happening today and tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Also, we're going to have some clinics at the sale, and we have a number of banks that will be there. So you get to, source some information, especially regarding vehicle financing, and you should be good to go. So all you got to do is show up at the Zonda Tech Auto Showroom. The showroom is at Jowulu here in Accra. So if you're on the N1 heading towards Fiesta Royale or the Jowulu Junction, just look to your right and you should be able to locate the Zonda Tech Auto Showroom. Come and experience the powerful, dynamic, durable, and efficient vehicles, mostly assembled right here in Ghana by Zonda Tech Auto or Ghana Limited, Zonda Tech Ghana Limited. So we look forward to seeing you from 9 to 3 p.m. Of course, the opening ceremony will be live right here on Channel One Television. And so perhaps we'll get to whet your appetite. You come and buy some car so you can drive to the This is Ghana exhibition. Yeah, so buy your car today and tomorrow and drive it to the This is Ghana exhibition. Now, so you can salute. You understand? So yeah, we look forward to seeing you starting today, kicks off today, and it ends tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as the Channel One TV and Zonda Tech Auto Sale and Expo 2026. All righty. That said, let's do a quick scan of the newspapers. Let's see what the front pages have for us. I'll start off with the Ghanaian Times newspaper. It says, produce vehicle parts locally to create jobs. Veep tells Zonda Tech. and talk about perfect timing. So the vice president took a tour of Zonda, and she's urging the company to produce vehicle parts locally to create jobs. Now, we know that within the automotive assembly industry in Ghana, it's either a semi-knockdown, that's the SKD, or it's a knockdown kits that we are assembling. And so the parts are imported. Various components are imported into the country. But the vice president is urging Zonda Tech Ghana Limited to produce these parts locally so that it can create more jobs. Good one there, and we're excited about it. Other stories on the front page say gold exports soar, but revenue lags. That's according to IFS, Institute of Fiscal Studies. And Dr. Saeed Boache is the acting executive secretary of IFS, and he's there on the front page. Adamus Resources challenges revocation of mining leases. Adamus Resources challenges revocation of mining leases. AG withdraws stay application against Sedina Tamaklo Ationu acquittal. AG withdraws stay application against Sedina Tamaklo Ationu acquittal. Hepatitis B linked to 75% of liver cancer cases in Ghana. That's according to an expert. Hepatitis B linked to 75% of liver cases in Ghana. That's according to an expert. When you go on the back page, you have 26 districts to lose free mosquito spraying from 2027. 26 districts to lose free mosquito spraying from 2027. And the other story on the back page says, MDSL donates IT equipment to NACOC. MDSL, that's Mood Digital Services Limited, donates IT equipment to NACOC. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper for today. Let's go to the Chronicle. Now, this is very disturbing. I saw this video and I was wondering how many of us are safe. Beware, the plantain you eat may be toxic. We market women and killers are the same. Those who add chemicals to foodstuff do not consume them. They only sell them. Beware, the plantain you eat may be toxic. We market, and this is a quote, we market women and killers are the same. Those who add chemicals to foodstuff do not consume them. They only sell them. End quote. But what you don't know is that your son, your grandson or grandchild who goes to school may be eating the food you have poisoned. That's what you don't know. Because you don't know the end user of the food you have poisoned. So if you say you don't consume it, there's a ripple effect. It will go and come back to your house. But yes, of course, we expect that the FDA, that's the Food and Drugs Authority, will be up and doing about some of these matters. Now you don't even know what to eat, where to buy from. Oh God, it's just dangerous. Anyways, the other story on the front page says 2026 budget is being poorly executed. 2026 budget is being poorly executed. That's according to the IFS, Institute for Fiscal Studies. And when you go to, okay, so the back page is just an advertisement today. So let's take the scripture. The scripture for today says Proverbs 10:2. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit. This is the word of the Lord, and may he add his blessings to the reading of his word. Let's go to the Daily Guide newspaper now. Daily Guide says, lead digital revolution, Mahama urges youth. Lead digital revolution, Mahama urges youth. Okay, let's go start from the top left. Sedina Tamaklo freed as AG withdraws fights. Sedina Tamaklo freed as AG withdraws fight. Speaker recalls Parliament for urgent business. Speaker recalls Parliament for urgent business. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Man beheads wife. Hey, maybe we should have a national psychological evaluation, because people have problems that are not visible. Man beheads wife. The wife of your life, you have beheaded her. Anyways, NAFCO trial. Defense lawyers miss court amid protest. NAFCO trial. Defense lawyers miss court amid protest. So that's the front page of the Daily Guide. Let's go to Daybreak. Daybreak newspaper. Kokofu eyes running mate job. Says 60.4% supporters back candidacy. Kokofu eyes running mate job says 60.4% supporters back candidacy. Government speaks out over Adamu's mine ownership. Okay. Love letter to new defense minister. The army needs a reset. Okay. Repeating the unanswered mistake. How Act 1168 missed the opportunity to fix Ghana's apex security architecture. So you get the details when you grab a copy of the Daybreak newspaper. Let me take you to the Searchlight, the Daily Searchlight. The Daily Searchlight says, Judiciary don't become Attorney General Annex. NPP says in sharp rebuttal to Chief Justice's special warrant for 2 trials during legal vacation. Opposition can be an act of patriotism. That's according to Matthew Opoku Prempeh, popularly known as Napo. AG makes U-turn as former Maslock CEO Sedinam Tamaklo Ationu cleared for release after state withdraws application. Academic City and partners issue white paper calling for a stronger digital accountability as Ghana loses 19.3 million cedis to cyber crime. So that's the Daily Searchlight. I wrap it off with The Insight. The Insight newspaper says Adamu's vows to challenge government's revocation of its mining lease. Pan-African Progressive Front celebrates Pan-African TV at 10. Interior Ministry thumbs up Bayatu Mal for $400,000 medical supplies donation to police hospitals. Coalition launched to strengthen fight against human trafficking and transnational crime. And then you have the invisible weapon, sanctions over compliance and the human cost. So when you grab a copy of the Insights newspaper, you should get the details in there. I'm going to take you online real quick. Let's start off with channel1newsonline.com. Let's find out what stories we're leading with today. Channel1newsonline.com. Of course, you would expect to have a story on the Auto Sale and Expo. So Channel 1 TV and Zondatech Auto Sale and Expo kicks off today. Channel 1 TV and Zondatech Auto Sale and Expo kicks off today. 5 feared dead after tipper truck crashes with sprinter bus at Ofanko. Quite disturbing, and it's news coming in. We understand firefighters are on the scene using cutting equipment to help rescue some trapped victims. We understand that some victims have also been rescued and sent to the hospital for treatment. However, unfortunately, some 5 persons are feared dead. This is around the Ofanko barrier, and so it is advised that those traveling on the Pokwase Amasamai road should use the outer lane due to the heavy vehicular traffic on the stretch caused by this unfortunate road crash. All right, let's move on to some other stories. And we have Gawua strike. Legon Hospital suspends OPD and specialist services. Gawua strike. Legon Hospital suspends OPD and specialist services. Safety must not be sacrificed for fintech speed. That's according to the Communication Minister, Samuel Nate George. When you go to Ho, Allied Health Council closes 6 facilities over regulatory breaches. Parliament recalled to fast-track approval of 2 ministers. That's according to the Tolong MP, Habib Idrusu. Use all legal means to challenge license revocation. Kofi Bento to Adams. ORC fined 240,000 Ghana cedis for engaging unlicensed cybersecurity firm. Adamu's concession reverted to state. No sale approved. That's according to the Lands Ministry. Okada riders demonstrate over delay in legalizing operations. Backbench calls MPs back to Parliament. 2 arrested over alleged insightful remarks about Prophet Muhammad. Chinese investors enter Adamus after lease revocation. All right, let me quickly jump to citynewsroom.com. And let's take a few stories from citynewsroom.com. 5-year dead in tipper truck, sprinter bus crash at Ofankor. So 5-year dead in tipper truck and sprinter bus crash at Ofankor. Now, 35.6 billion Ghana cedis first half spending shortfall threatens budget credibility. 10% of drug users in Ghana started before age 15. That's according to NACOC. Report by August 20 or lose your appointment. Akando warns new health recruits. 1 dead, 10 injured in a Dukrom Somanya highway crash. We'll keep polling NDC flag bearer race despite criticism. That's according to Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics. And then you have 72% of Ghanaians approve Mahama's performance against, again, this is Global Info Analytics. NSA, that's the National Service Authority, releases PIN codes for 121,754 prospective service personnel. Stop using unqualified staff to manage patient data. That's the Allied Health Professions Council speaking. And former Maslock CEO, Sedina Tamaklo, released from prison. So you get details of these stories and several others on citynewsroom.com as well as channel1newsonline.com. Stay with us here on the Channel 1 television. We'll take a break and return shortly with a news review segment.
Congratulations to all the top 100 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2026. The journey continues. Level 2. Aptitude test. The top 100 contestants from across Ghana will take part in a written aptitude test on Sunday, 16th August 2026. The time is 12:30 p.m. and the venue, British Council, Accra. From the top 100, 10 regional teams of 3 will emerge as finalists and battle it out in the exciting Literacy Challenge 2026 quiz competition. The ultimate winner will walk away with 10,000 Ghana cedis, a laptop, and a national recognition. Stay tuned to City FM and Channel 1 TV as we follow these young talents on their journey to becoming the ultimate Literacy Challenge champion. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, Advocates Publishing, Tema Oil Refinery, and Delhi Group. Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherlands Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank and MTN. This is Ghana Exhibition 2026, celebrating Ghana, showcasing excellence.
Unfortunately, look up to families like the Blankton and learn from you. I mean, isn't that exciting? Fantastic. So, what I need you to do for me, I'm going to be behind the camera over there, and I'm going to be asking you questions. I need you to look to that camera. Can we see it? And I need you to answer the questions. Remember, I need the answers to be as organic and honest as possible.
I'm going to keep it to tap like that.
Both bars.
One time, a thief broke into the house, and then Daddy was
What?
wearing mommy's nightgown.
Nightgown?
You remember, right? We thought it was a thief in the house, and then all of a sudden, Kobe and I were here in the hall, so scared, and then we saw Mom and Dad coming out. Like, they just came out like that, and Daddy was in mommy's nightgown, like, so
really?
And the funny thing is, it wasn't even a thief.
What was it?
It was a shed that was blowing in the air. Outside.
The Blanksons airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and is sponsored by Out Insecticide, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, Everpack, and Lily Rice on Channel One TV.
The vibe is too much.
Hello there. Thank you so much for keeping faith with us on Channel One Television. You're watching Breakfast Daily, and it's time for the news review segment. This is where we get to have conversations on some topical issues. Our guests are seated, and so we'll be introducing them real quick. But before that, let me extend an invitation to you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions. Send us a message via WhatsApp. The number is on your screens. Alternatively, join us on Facebook or on YouTube, where we're streaming live. Drop your comments in the chat box or in the comment section, and we'll read them out on the show. Let me say good morning and welcome to Ishak Ibrahim. He's a lawyer and a lecturer at the University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA. Good morning, and it's good to have you.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you. Good
Welcome,
morning
welcome.
to you. Good morning to Honorable here, and good morning to the good people of Ghana.
Very well. The Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy is the former national coordinator of the District Road Improvement Program, and he's currently aspiring to be national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Thank you. I'm blessed.
Very well. There are a number of issues this morning, so let's get straight into it. The issue of the legal vacation and the tussle that has ensued. A seeming standoff between the bench on one end and the bar on the other. We've seen a number of opposition to the directive, or if like the warrant issued by the Chief Justice for some courts or some judges to continue sitting. Yesterday, there was a case that was heard in court. However, counsel for the accused persons were not in court. We actually had the defendant suggest to the court that his counsel was unwell. All this happening, a private citizen has sued the Attorney General and the Chief Justice over the arrangement. Now, I want to interrogate the matters and find out where really we draw the line regarding the legal vacation. Should there be a reform for individual judges to go on leave when they are due, or should we have this sort of a blanket legal vacation? And I'm sure these are some of the pronouncements this private citizen is seeking the Supreme Court to make. Ishak, you are a lawyer, so let me start with you.
Okay.
What your position is on this legal vacation, and of course we tie in the warrant for some judges to sit
That's
during
it.
this period?
Okay. Thank you very much. I mean, legal vacation is a tradition dating back to England when the bar and the judiciary really took place. In fact, I'm privileged to be part of the English system as well.
Right.
It's this tradition dates back to Chief Justice Cook time, and it's usually coincide with the summertime, where much of the judiciary is actually on vacation. It is a good thing for everybody to have time off to refresh.
Yeah.
Especially when you clock in with the court system. If you refresh, you can re-engineer much energy and do it. So it's nothing new at all. And they being our colonial masters, we have inherited the whole tradition from them. So it has been working with us for quite a very long time now. Now, I think what brought this issue is the fact that some of the lawyers for the accused are saying that they are really tired, and the way and manner in which they believe the Chief Justice have made that particular choice is like they are reading political meaning into it. Especially, I think the most notable one is Abdul Wahab and that of Edu Bohene. Yes, yes. So it would have been better they probably tried to explain what informed that particular choice, because there's a political interest in that particular area, and the lawyers over there were hoping that they would benefit from that vacation so that they can also be able to take some rest. And I think there are other people who are pointing to maybe there's hypocrisy in that kind of argument, because there are other areas they are happy to work, but not this particular area. I think the most notable one is the fact that Wintumi has launched an appeal at the Court of Appeal. Yes, so for me, I don't really see the hypocrisy when it comes to that particular appeal, because individuals' freedom is very fundamental. And if he wants a temporary relief with the belief that his case have a high probability of succeeding on appeal, I think that one is much more urgent. So the two of them are not really compatible. I mean, they are not really comparable.
But if you can show up for an appeal hearing, why
Yes.
can't you show up for trial?
No, the point I am making is that somebody might still want to rest,
Right.
but there can be an argument that when the freedom of the individual is very fundamental, someone can prioritize them. But I'm not taking sides on this particular area, because
Right.
I don't have the details of it. But when people do this comparative argument, it might not work, because if somebody freedom is really in prison, they are currently in prison, they want a temporary relief, with a claim that they have a high probability of succeeding in the Court of Appeal, then that one can be prioritized. Nevertheless, we don't know what informed it. I think the whole issue is that why are they allowing these particular cases to go forward? I think that is the argument those people are making. As I said, I don't have enough information to assess the appropriateness as to why the Chief Justice decide otherwise. But then the GBA letter also came in to further raise some issues as to whether the Chief Justice directive is appropriate. Some people use the word order. I'm not really sure whether order is appropriate. I think it's more likely to be a directive that some court should state.
Yeah.
And the question is, those particular courts that Edu Bohene and Abdul Wahab is, are they usually a vacation court? If they are not a vacation court, and then there is a directive that they should continue, then that can raise further suspicion, because usually the way it's practiced in England, they have some vacation court, and sometimes they actually, with the rise of technology, the vacation court actually move online now. In fact, sometimes I'm able to conduct a case through online, especially when it comes to Nursing and Midwifery Council, of which I have a privilege of sometimes participating in the proceedings. So maybe if we were to have online calls, that can also help give some people reliefs.
Right.
And I think I saw someone, I think Abdul Wahab issue, whereby he said his lawyer was actually in
Unwell.
hospital.
Yeah.
And then but there is an order that if If he fails to produce his lawyer, I think next week or the subsequent week, then he himself
have
must
to
do
cross-examine
the
him.
cross-examination, of which I will urge the judge to tread carefully. Especially now that we are having issue with setting up, being acquitted. If you ask somebody, a litigant in person, in this case, if the lawyer quit, then the person will become a litigant in person. This is a very important case of which there is a political interest. If you do that, the problem is that a future court might acquit them on the basis of fairness. So I am not really sure how we can get this balance right. Whilst I do believe that people should be accountable, sometimes when we argue this way, it's like MPPs are advocating for MPPs to be free. That's why there is accusation of wrongdoing. For me, that is not always my position. My position is that any individual who takes one cedi from the Republic of Ghana, if the government can prove that they have taken it inappropriately, let them account for it.
Right.
And if possible, they should retrieve it and then add it back to the public coffers. We need such money. But having said that, what we advocate is that due process must be upheld. Government should not only take the executive power that are donated to them by the Constitution, they must have regards to fundamental rights as outlined in Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 of the 1992 Constitution, of which in this particular instance, it seems the government and the government agencies seem to be ignoring this Chapter 5 and Chapter 6. And they are only looking at the executive power that has been given to them. In that instance, we'll have a problem because while the majority are given the power to govern, the minority are equally given the power to hold them to account. So when minority is trying to point to those particular areas, especially the fundamental rights, we must have regards to them. This is why constitutions are drawn. Constitutions are not just giving power, they also safeguard individuals' rights.
I have a bit of a problem when we tend to, if like roping the government when there's a judicial decision, and then later we turn around and cry judicial independence. I have a bit of a problem with that.
You shouldn't have a problem. Ideally, we shouldn't. Ideally, because the Constitution itself says there has to be impartiality. The Constitution itself, it guarantees the impartiality of the judiciary. But here is the case. We are told the judiciary in Ghana is not impartial. In fact,
do you think they are not?
I have interacted with some individual judges, and I'm very, very proud of some of them. In fact, some of them, regardless of how you push them, I believe they will continue to be neutral. Among them, Justice Ajay, for example, I've had interaction with him. In fact, he has been my interpretation law lecturer when I was doing the Ghana Post Corp. So individual lecturers, I believe they are very, very impartial. They can deliver. But now, Army Yahweh's case also tells me that we have a judiciary that we need to do a lot. We need to work a lot. So that was so. And the NDCs, when they were in opposition, they did not help either. In fact, they framed our Supreme Court as unanimous FC. So the then opposition tells me that even our Supreme Court were not impartial, because that was the argument. In fact, we have a Speaker of Ghana Parliament that had the opportunity to address the good people of Ghana. The Speaker said our Supreme Court was in bed with the presidency and that they were sinning against the Constitution and they needed to repent. So if you have the opposition NDC who are advocating that our Supreme Court is a unanimous FC, indicating that they do inappropriate things, they follow the directives of government.
That actually emanated from Canada.
And not even that. We have the President of the Republic, who was the then opposition leader, urging members of his party to pursue careers in the judiciary with the hope that they will be promoted as judges into the higher places.
Career progression is good.
Then but if you are urging young members of a political party to a body that the Constitution said, the independence should be guaranteed. Then one is right to be suspicious when there's an outcome.
Very well. Very well. I mean, we can also trace back to
Yes.
the then CJ, her ladyship, Tokonu.
Yes, we can trace back anywhere.
Exactly. And
But the
when-
point still remains is that there's suspicion
She
that
also
our
directed,
judiciary is
she
not
also
impartial.
directed courts to sit.
Yes.
One of the cases actually was that of the now finance minister, Tuforse,
Okay.
and the ambulance case.
Yes.
So there's precedence.
So yes, so but then remember that you're committing that particular fallacy. I always insist on the fallacy that you have to be consistently wrong to be right. So if that was wrong then, and people advocated for it, such
Yeah.
people should be able to sit down today and say
It is
maybe
still
directive. But I am not really saying the Chief Justice directive is even wrong.
No.
But we are all just postulation as to, especially with the GBA letter, whether it was really inappropriate. And as I said, justice doesn't have to be done. It has to be seen to be done. So here is a case, if you issue a directive, some citizens are suspicious of it. Then it's right that we discuss it.
Very well. Very
Yes.
well. Very well. Oh no, but let me come to you on this legal vacation tussle and the cases that are being heard. I mean, obviously, it's not just these two cases, these two oral cases that will be heard. There will be other cases. But then the general question that is being asked, especially out there, is that what is so special about these two cases? There are murder cases, there are manslaughter, there are armed robbery cases. What is so special about these two cases?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say, I'm meeting my brother for the first time. I've been listening to him, I've been watching him, and
Right.
I will commend him for one thing. Sometimes his objectivity is good.
Right.
And that is the sort of sanity I want to see in public discourse. But let me ask one question. You see, you question the veracity of a directive if it contravenes a law, an order, or a particular convention. You get me? Order 79 is something that all of us are conversant with, that it affords the Chief Justice that mandate to mandate or declare certain courts as vacation courts. It's a power he has.
Yeah.
And that thing became very evident for me when I was in court during the 2008 election dispute. When Atachia, my friend Atachia, I'm not a lawyer,
Yeah.
but I sat in a law class.
Right.
And Atachia was my mate. So when he postulated that time and quoted Order 79, when we were protesting against the declaration by the then Chief Justice that the court must sit and hear. You know, there was a dispute before we went to time.
Yeah.
And we were worried because that particular instant, it was even a public holiday. But the judge was asked to sit. I remember it was Justice Edward Akwesi Asante, now nominated for the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court, yeah.
Yes. So it's a practice. It's a convention that is there. Like my brother said, there are courts that are already declared vacation courts. But there are specific instances when the sensitivity of certain cases, the Chief Justice has exercised his prerogative in asking that those cases must continue. It's been there all the time. And I'm happy you asked about Atuforse's case. I am a living example.
Oh, okay.
In 2004, when I was arrested on a case of engaging people in double registration, I was then a candidate, a parliamentary candidate. And you know what? I was in court almost every day for 3 months.
Wow.
And the 3 months was leading into the vacation. That court, because I was facing that court, and because of the desire to get me disqualified so that I couldn't contest, that judge was asked to continue during the vacation. He immediately complained that because he was tired. He has been sitting every day.
Consistently.
Consistently. And We went through. God saw me through. So this is not new. And you also remember the Judge Kwesi case.
Yeah.
Judge Kwesi. Even vacation was asked to come to court.
Yeah.
So it is not something that is new. I also believe that time, I believe that vacation or no vacation, I was so much interested in my acquittal so that I wouldn't lose the opportunity to contest.
Right.
So I was even happy that the case could proceed faster and it will end, then I will get my freedom.
Right.
So in some cases, when the freedom and the human rights of your client is dear to you, you wish that the case will be speeded up.
Yeah.
You will have a vacation judge and everything. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm happy. And my brother even alluded to the issue of Wontumi, for example.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why are they anxious to have Wontumi's case heard? Because they think that, like I said, they have a good case on appeal and all those things. So you cannot approbate a reprobate. You get me?
Yeah.
You cannot say when it suits you, it is good, and then accuse somebody of political interference when it does not suit you. A criminal case is a criminal case.
Yeah.
The two cases cited are criminal cases. Just as Atu was cited for criminal negligence or criminal, let me say, what the word you used? In that case,
Yeah.
he faced it. Maybe what we should be talking about now is how we can have the judiciary to look at that particular order again. You see, as a country, I say that we live through experiences. Those experiences afford us opportunity to reform and make our institutions better, but not to impugn, ill motives on an institution like the judiciary, which is the final arbiter when it comes to situations when all of us do not agree. I think that people like Atachi and the rest should tone down and see how GBA, for example, using this particular period at their conference, instead of issuing those scathing statements, we'll see how together with the Chief Justice, reform the judiciary to make vacation cases much more impactful. So we can know those cases that will be called on vacation and those cases which will not be called. But you cannot decide for the judiciary and expect the Chief Justice which cases should be called for vacation, which should be not. If we don't have that, and when he has Order 79 as his authority, yes, somebody will cite that our Constitution says whenever you are given
The discretion.
it must not be capricious.
Yeah.
Fine, somebody will cite that.
Yes.
But that one, it is for you to. How do you determine whether the person has been capricious in the exercise of that discretion?
Case law
How?
have established criteria.
And you think the Chief Justice has done though?
Well, sometimes, asking the Supreme Court for review means sometimes the Chief Justice can get it wrong.
No, but you see, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
there is a
saying.
human
That's
institution.
what I'm saying. This is even a high court, and we are complaining.
Yes.
But we even ask the Supreme Court to sit on a public holiday. You get me?
Yeah.
So we must be clear that, you see, I will advocate that, okay, let's all agree that because of the sensitive nature of our politics, every case that involves maybe politicians, for example, should be excluded from instances of vacation so that people will not impugn negative this to it. So these are all conversations that we can have in order to refresh the system and make it, because when we continually, like I said, our time, when we're in opposition, we accuse the judiciary of bias. You understand? So this time, the opposition is also accusing the judiciary of bias. Should we continue to vandalize and also bastardize the judiciary all the time?
Which
Tomorrow,
is very dangerous.
it's dangerous.
Very, very dangerous.
Because as soon as people are already not too happy with the political elite,
True.
people are not happy with the legislature. So the executive and the legislature are suffering. They are being bastardized all the time. If we are not careful, and then the only other bastion of democracy is also bastardized and damaged. Their integrity suffers. There's a country we are gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
We are gone. So I've had situations where I've not been happy. Me myself, I've experienced it. But on a simple case of misdemeanor, why should I be treated like a common criminal? You understand? But you should be careful how you, because I believe that at the long run, I know I was innocent. I will get, and I got justice.
Yeah.
Some people not. So I will urge my brother, for example, since he's much more in it, and with the sort of background and education he has, he's a lecturer in law. I believe some of them should try and see how situations like this, they will come down the waters and prefer constructive reforms that will insulate those systems from public persecutions and criticisms that are unwarranted. So I think that the back and forth, especially between the GBA, I thought this GBA was going to be very different from the other one. But my sister, my classmate, Efia is disappointing me a bit. We sat in the same class. We did the same courses together from 86 to 87. So I like her. Me, she was in the same class. Nanoye, Hannah Tete, we were in the same class, you know. And I like her. And she's also married to a very good friend of mine, Joe Gatti. And I expected that she will also stay away from, you know, but all said and good, I will say that, look, if he can mention Dennis Ajay, you understand? I believe that all other judges are also good until, you know. And I also want people not to dwell too much on this issue of ANAS, because some of the issue and the instances in the ANAS, this thing, could be subjected to further interrogation and seen to be not right. Because I know people whose life have been damaged, not precisely because they took bribes, but the traditional and cultural environment we live in. Look, if I do something for you in our cultural system, and you don't come to say thank you, how do I perceive you? Even biblically, you understand? The Bible tells me Jesus Christ, after healing the 10 blind men, only one came back, and he asked, where are the other 9? You get me? Culturally, we think that even when people even attended your funeral, you have to even move the next day or week to their houses and thank them. You showing appreciation has become part of our cultural and moral upbringing. So if I am a judge and I deal with a case, and then now you come to my house, not at my invitation, you come to say, oh, thank you so much for having handled this litigation. And there is no way in our cultural setup, bro, that you enter somebody, an elderly person or somebody high in society, you go to his house and go empty-handed. Bro, from where you come from, at least cola is given. Am I lying?
Yes.
What we should know, our laws and our systems are couched in an environment, a cultural setting that cannot be delineated from our practices. Or sometimes when we focus on just the issue of morality without looking at the cultural setting, we set people up for distraction. So that incident, I will beg. I've seen many people cite those instances. It is just like what we saw in the football documentary too. You understand?
Number 12.
No, some football referees are gone, but they didn't even know what their crime was. You understand? They didn't get opportunity to even interrogate, cross-examine the people who were making accusations on them. But they were damaged. Publicly, they were damaged, and in fact, professionally, they are gone. So sometimes we must also take steps to see whether those things are good enough to be able to. One of the judges, he sat on my case, wonderful judge, Justice Quist. I don't know whether he is still alive or not. And from that to this thing, his life became so miserable.
Right.
It was bad. Look at what happened to Justice Derry. Fine judge. You understand? He tried. He went to the courts. He appealed and all those things. But the judiciary is frustrated him. His own colleagues frustrated him. And he's been bitter. So I think that, no, in this particular instance, let's try and see what we can do to make this issue of, like you said, there in the UK, there are courts already which are classified vacation courts. So it's there. It's institutional.
Yeah.
So every counsel appearing before those courts or every case at the end of court, people know already that as for this court, is a vacation court, or these cases are vacation cases. Is it possible that before even the vacation is due, the Chief Justice can look at the load of judges and the sort of cases and say that for this particular vacation period, these are the cases I want people to look at? Because there are so many land cases which is impeding people's development, and people are spending money here and there. So many chieftaincy cases, so many other cases. Why don't we bring a closure to those cases by using the vacation periods, so that all these accusations of bias in criminal cases will be looked at? And also, Nana, to me, criminal cases is about people's life.
Yeah.
So sometimes, not for the person to feel that he's being pushed to the gallows. Let's allow the process. I mean, sometimes I don't mind. If even it takes 5 years, 10 years. But at the end of it all, the person will accept that he's been fairly given an opportunity to defend himself, and he couldn't.
Right.
Because his case was bad. Then we come to a conclusion on that.
Very well. Ishak, if we are to have reforms regarding this legal vacation, what structure should it take? I've heard arguments that this legal vacation thing came as a result of, from colonial days and the travel distance between Ghana and the UK, and so you have a legal vacation so that judges can go back to. But that is
when our courts were not that developed.
It does not pertain currently.
Yeah.
And then also there are those calling for a formal structure on what type of cases can be heard during the legal vacation. And this argument is, of course, to, fade away the political colorization of some specific cases. So what form should this what reform take?
Okay. I think our constitution was drawn from 1992. So I think we've had some time to experiment for us to know that there are some problem with the system. But before I do that, I just want to push back honorable statement a bit about culture.
Right.
As I said earlier, they say justice doesn't have to be done. It has to be seen to be done. And this particular case was emphasized during a famous case that my former lecturer, Professor Lord Hoofman, who sat in a case and which was brought against the former dictator of Chile, General Pinochet, when he was arrested and was trying to extradite to Spain to stand trial. The case was discontinued simply because Lord Hoofman's wife was part of Amnesty International that brought that particular case. Right. So justice doesn't have to be done; it has to be seen to be done. Because if you want to breathe confidence into the judiciary, the judges must live their life in such a way that there is no room for suspicion.
But they are human beings.
No,
they come from society.
A culture
they come from society.
But then, look,
they have family.
Yes, but there is an issue. A culture can be a corrupt culture. Every society would always need to reflect.
So the culture must reform too.
The
culture must reform
too. The culture that we have is a good culture. For example, in my culture, I'm a Mamprosema. I'm from the Walla Walla area, We usually have a proverb that you do not go to the chief palace in empty hands.
Yes. Right.
But the chief have so much more than me. You're putting extra burden and pressure on me to go there. So, in other words, I might either refrain from going to the chief palace, or I will arrive there feeling guilty when I have
Of not coming with anything.
You see that?
So Isaac, you know the funny
And-
thing. Let me ask.
Yes.
So those days,
Yes.
when the chief's palaces are the judicative structures that we
Yes.
have, if you go to the chief palace empty and then you have a case before the chiefs, what will happen?
That means you're in trouble. That means you're in trouble. You see that? So such instances, we can reform.
Right.
A culture, it has become corrupt. It's no longer standing the test of time.
Right.
If you keep citing it, we have problem of this nature, whereby an important institution such as the judiciary, where the constitution said their impartiality must be guaranteed. And yet, when power changes side, each side is suspicious of them. Then we have a problem over there.
True.
We can no longer use the culture to justify that, because the whole society will crumble if we do not reform. For me, the civil law areas such as Spain, Italy, and others might even help us. Maybe perhaps people should pursue career judges. You know, they have career judges.
Right.
They do not just appoint judges from the pool. So the political appointment and others also lead much more to suspicion.
Right.
Because if I was once an MPP member coming here to talk on behalf of the party, I'm already wearing a political colors.
True.
If you appoint me to the High Court or the Court of Appeal, of which I'm competent enough, but justice cannot be seen to be done.
That particular thing, Nana, I don't agree.
Really?
Look,
No, there's suspicion.
Thank you.
So
it's
that's
about
why we
suspicion.
say it's not only justice. You may be able to do justice,
Yeah.
but justice will not be seen to be done.
Why?
And that undermines the
Why?
system. It's human nature.
You see, yo, fine, you are talking about human nature.
Yes.
Yes. I'm saying this. Look, for example, Nana, I'm not citing myself because I am perfect. No. But I was a strong Accra Suffolk supporter
Yeah.
on campus. Then I became a professional commentator. You understand? House of Folk supporters expected me when I'm doing commentary
Yeah.
To run the commentary in their favor.
yeah, and flavor. You understand? When I'm critical,
When they are not
oh
playing
man,
favourable
someone was on the cry. You understand? Then someone else started saying, "Oh, he's Santi Kotoko. He's Great Olympics." You know, because they expected me to conduct my work, professional work. In the people, we should learn to understand that people had a life,
Yes.
but when they get into a particular sphere, the transformation and the professional ethics constrain them to kill their personal interests and feelings.
Not always correct. You see, human beings, if you look at evidence, the evidence suggests that people incline, majority of people, we have exceptional cases.
Thank you.
So, for example, again, the culture, they say charity begins at home. Your primary loyalty is your family first. You see that? And so charity begins
But that's
at
why
home.
we have cases of
Yes.
exclusion.
Yes.
When you think that
Yes.
this case is controlled, you don't have a conflict. You recuse
Exactly. But
yourself.
some people will not excuse themselves. In that case, if you rely on the culture law, we may have a problem. You may have to use law to force this kind of partiality. As I said, since 1992, we have been experimenting.
Yeah.
If it is not working, and they said that the perfect definition of madness is what? Consistently
Constantly,
doing the same and expecting different results. If you keep doing that, you fit the definition of madness. And I say that is where we are now. We are collectively mad. If we change, there's no need for reform. Because we have been doing that since 1992.
Right.
It's even getting what? Worse.
Yes.
To the extent that our Supreme Court is defined as unanimous FC, not even the High Court. So if the Supreme Court is seen to be that means we have gotten something wrong. And the Afrobarometer report even painted a damning picture about Ghana.
Yeah.
That our judiciary is corrupt. So this perception, they are
Because of the
even
perceptions
transported-
you and I have about them. That's why the Afrobarometer said that.
But you seem to suggest that the reforms are not needed.
No, I'm rather
in
advocating for
some
reforms.
respect.
No, I'm rather advocating for
And
reforms.
reforms come with the foundation, which is the culture. If that culture is infused in the foundational aspect, if you don't correct them and say, "Oh, it's okay, our culture is sometimes we have to go and show gratitude," So it's okay for somebody to come and show
Isaac,
gratitude.
assuming you are a judge,
Yes.
we come from the same family.
Yes.
Because we are a judge,
Yes.
and I'm seen as NDC,
Yeah.
and you sitting there
Yes.
handling a case, and somebody see you and I
Yes.
sitting in a family house
Yes.
drinking pito together.
Yes.
That should taint
It can.
credibility.
The impartiality aspect. As I kept saying.
So a judges must live
justice
in an
must-
There's
isolated.
a bit of a conflict of interest.
interest.
I'm
Justice
saying
will be-
that. I'm saying that. Are we saying that
Yes.
our judges must live an isolated life, not socialize, not do it? Is that what
I
you're
think
talking
many
about?
of the judges are already doing that. Sometimes that is a price for taking some jobs.
She will even go to church.
No,
She
no,
won't
she
go to
will
the
go
bank.
to church.
Some
Our
of the
system.
situations that some of these stories that recently had people raising questions with the conduct of the CJ and
Yes.
the social events he attends and
Yes.
all that. Because there were questions about him attending the funeral.
There was this
him being
case,
seen in
there
the-
And
was
they
this-
painted the
company-
former,
there
the
was
former
this-
CJ, the NDC painted her as an APP. Yes, they
You
did.
see, my point is that there was this case of people seeing two justices
Yes.
going to have lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, the hotel.
Yes.
Okay,
And
okay.
so they are biased.
Okay.
He was seen at a funeral sitting with Neil and Van der Poel. So he's biased.
And that one can be a
it's-
bit extreme.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
We should also be careful that
Yes.
we don't put them in a jacket that makes it impossible for them to have a life.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
You understand? If you're not careful, look, our justices, to get to a time now, we don't expect our justices to come out of their rooms.
Yeah.
And when they even come out of their houses, they should not even greet anyone.
And if we continue on that, Tanya, we are likely to create monsters out of that.
Yes.
And that's even more dangerous. Let me take a few quick messages.
Okay.
This one says, I am Ukai from Bantama in the Sene West District. What is the purpose of these special vacation sittings? What makes these particular criminal cases so special or urgent that they must continue during the legal vacation? I believe Samuel Atachia's concern is about the nature of the cases being heard and the established purpose and practice of vacation courts. Recent reports indicate that he has argued that vacation sittings have traditionally focused on urgent matters rather than substantive criminal trials. If vacation courts are primarily intended to deal with matters requiring urgent judicial attention, what is the compelling urgency that makes these ongoing substantive criminal trials different from other cases waiting before the courts? Okay, there's one from Amino from Nsawam. He says, we have had legal vacation in our legal system since 1992 and it has never been contested. If it is now generating a debate under this Chief Justice and the Ghana Bar Association is in disagreement, while only the ruling government and its allies support it, then it clearly points to a problem with how it is being practiced. We must drop the hypocrisy and confront these issues truthfully. Okay. Good morning, Anna. What's the essence of vacation? I'm struggling to understand the whole point here. Our school body doesn't even understand vacation, so I'm not surprised our courts don't. Regards to Mr. Ishak and wishing Neil Ante Afi. Kwe Papa from Jalov Kwashiman sent that one in. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. In my humble opinion, those the CJ has the powers based on the Constitution to do, though the CJ has the powers based on the Constitution to do what he has done or not, the answer is this is a bit confusing. It says first of August 2023, 12 high courts were set aside by the former Justice Tokonu. Okay, we've mentioned that. And he goes ahead to say, Nana, do you remember the quality grain case? It was being heard during the legal vacation and it was a political case. So what has changed today? In my humble opinion, they are only trying hard to undermine the authority of the CJ and nothing else. My greetings to the incoming national chairman of the NDC, Honorable Neil Ante. He has made my day this morning.
Yes.
Okay. Please, I am monitoring your discussion. I really appreciate Mr. Neil Ante for his submission. I truly like what he has been contributing. He is really an honorable person. He is an honest man and says the truth. This is from Mr. Fojo of Edgeso Besiasi. All right, keep sending your messages in. We'll do our best to read them. Let's do a final one on this legal vacation issue. There are those who have made, I want to describe it as pedestrian arguments regarding the legal vacation because they've sort of liken it to what if the medical society also say they are taking a
vacation.
blanket vacation. What will become of our health care and our healthcare delivery system? So perhaps judges can take their leave when they are due.
Okay.
And there are those asking that what is available to the lawyers in these cases, can they go see the judge and plead for adjournment? What options are available?
I think that is all part of the reforms we are talking about.
No, but-
let's look at the one that is suitable.
Yeah.
And we'll take out all this, like you said. For example, I have worked in the public service. At the beginning of the year, we are all asked to pick our vacation dates. You understand? So I, because of Homowo and Asafotu, always used to pick July, August.
Right.
You understand? So if that could also be done, everybody knows. So you know that this particular judge during August is on vacation.
Yeah.
So he will not be there. So you know, if you have a case before him, you know that from this date to this date, if the case is not ended, he will be on vacation. And he will resume at the time. So it can also help people plan their lives. So that if it's like, for example, you are the counsel for you are my counsel, and we have a case in court, and you have a travel, your holidays and everything, you know that between this time and this time, the judge, this particular judge, will be on leave or vacation. So then you can also travel and come back.
Yeah.
You understand? But the situation where the whole system is shut down, I think is problematic.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a problem with it. So the person is comparing apples with bananas.
Right. Not even oranges.
Yes. So, I mean, it's quite extreme one.
Yeah.
Let me use myself as an example. As a lecturer, I teach human rights law and public international law. And usually, my break should be timed with the students' break.
Right.
If midway, we have 12 weeks teaching week. If after 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I said I'm going to go for a vacation, it will be problematic for the university. They have to get my replacement midway. But if they allow me to swim along the current, at some point there is a break in the current, I can get relief. But to break the whole current for me to have a relief will be a problem. So medical field, I mean, their cases doesn't prolong. So for example, if I'm doing surgery, maybe 3-4 days, it's in such a way that they can easily bring somebody to replace me. If we bring it to the job of a judge, that can even raise more problems. If one judge is dealing with this case after 2-3 weeks, is going on break, and the chief justice has to transfer a different judge to come, what do you think people will read into it? As we say, justice doesn't have to be done. No, but what we are saying is if it is predominant, like in the medical side, people often take 1 week off, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off. Judges may not be able to do that because of the workload and the nature of the work. It's ideal for one judge to start a case and then to complete that particular case. If we do not do that, and you have to remember that they often don't have one case. The judge could be dealing with 20 to 40 cases.
It even lends to the argument for this particular reform because there are those who say that the backlog is too much for us to take a long break such as this.
No, I think you see,
let's consider the rights of people, individual cases and all.
The English people have a saying that if it is not broken, don't fix it. I believe with these isolated cases we are arguing about, that system of break hasn't broken.
Right.
If you try to fix it, when it is not broken, you create more problems elsewhere. I
thought that the system is broken.
No.
Because once you and I are not happy about it, it's broken. You and I are not happy about it.
I think no. So I think what they would do is, for example, as I just said, the English system, they have vacation courts.
The American system doesn't.
Yes, they are a bit extreme. America, I don't believe their system.
They don't go on legal vacation.
I believe they are a bit extreme. I believe break is good for the judges, especially our Supreme.
So democratically, we can have the American system. But when it comes to judiciary, we can't have the American
system. No, we
system.
have to have a mixed system. We are confused.
We're doing a hybrid.
We have a mixed system.
Yes.
Parliament,
yes, I agree. I agree. So we can have the hybrid, more presidential system.
Yes.
Yeah. But then when it comes to judiciary, American system.
I think the American system is bad. But I think, for me, the judiciary, it's not broken. Let's publish a vacation court for people to know
No,
in
in
advance
advance.
that
Right.
if you have a case in this
Yeah.
particular area, you are expected, your case is expected to continue.
Mm-hmm.
And let's also prioritize cases. That is why I said Wontumi case is not comparable with a Tubokini case. Wontumi, liberty is at stake. He is currently in prison. He needs relief. So this is a pure human rights case.
Right.
That if-
Everybody is also a human
no,
right case.
no, let me come. Edubohini is at home, coming from home. He's not coming from prison. That's what we mean.
Which
is
His
costing
liberty
him.
is at stake. It is costing him, but somebody is behind bad. That's why I say his liberty is at stake. And if you believe that his case has real prospect of success at the Court of Appeal,
Right.
then that can be prioritized. Remember, we are not just talking about Wontumi. We are talking about a precedent
Yes.
Yeah.
that the very people who are arguing against it today might find themselves
Selves,
on it in future.
Future.
God forbid.
True.
This is why we are speaking against asking people to bring mosquitoes and frogs eggs today to court to get a bail. Especially asking somebody 70 million tree landed property in your own name. It's equivalent to bringing frogs and mosquito eggs to court. Because one day somebody will say it's a precedent, you must satisfy it, and might go to the extreme of asking you to bring 100 cattle to court. In that case, you cannot argue against it. Especially when Martin Pebu case made it clear that every crime in Ghana is bailable.
Yeah.
But if every crime is bailable, you make it impossible for people to bail.
Yeah.
You spoil the system. Just as you use precedents in the past, when so and so happened, and therefore there's nothing wrong with it happening today. It means we are corrupting the system as we go along based on our personal interests.
Very well.
No,
So the-
so fine. For me, if we have all today come to the conclusion
Yes,
that this particular system needs a fixing
yes,
so that it can make it better and insulate it from criticism, the sort of undue criticism we are having,
yes.
so that we don't continue bastardizing the judiciary.
judiciary,
Let's
yeah.
all agree that these are proposed reforms we want to introduce into the judicial system so that you and I and everybody will now become confident in the system. Because as soon as we lose that confidence and integrity of the judiciary,
Yes.
we are done.
We're
as a
done,
country.
yes. I agree with
So
you.
I agree that from this should be, that's what I'm saying. As a nation, we are developing. Our democracy is not the democracy of centuries. We are still on it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that everything that happens along the line should be a learning curve to us and see how we can use that as a positive
Yes.
response and then reform our systems so that our children who are coming after us will see that we did a sort of calibration
Yeah.
that has made their lives worthwhile and more predictable. Because you and I sitting here, one of the basic principles in issues about judiciary is predictability.
True.
When I know that when I have a case in court, I will get a fair trial. It's the best that
Yep.
all of us
Yep.
can live on. So let's use this as an opportunity. Once we agree that something needs to be done, it means that something needs to be done. And you are the people who are clothed with knowledge and intellect about the law. Let's see what we can do. If our judicial system also needs a hybrid like our political system, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that will help us reform, I'm all for it. And I think that is what we have been looking at.
Yeah.
For example, like 3 days today, my national chairman made the same statement like what Kendapa made. That means that both sides, we are accepting that there is a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that's so that all of us, Isaac will have a feeling that, oh, now there's a breather where, criminal cases will not be seen as political persecutions.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
We need to be deliberate about working to
Yes.
insulate the judiciary from all
From
these
the
political
politics, yes.
collaborations. Because, I mean, we'll take it today, God forbid, if there's a coup, the executive will fold, legislature will fold, but the judiciary will work
In fact, the executive will not fold though, because the people who are coming,
yes,
they will have executive power.
No, you mean
It's the legislature that will fold.
Exactly.
The judiciary will not fold.
Exactly,
It's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
legislature.
But they become
judiciary is
kangaroo
what
court.
stands-
I think they are also folded
Yeah.
because they become kangaroo court. They will,
No, you
they will rubber stamp most
will
of the
be the
chain.
one who will designate them as kangaroo
Kangaroo
court.
court, yeah, but-
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah, because then they will still have to sit and adjudicate on matters.
And I think that the reforms should start with legal education as well. We need to make sure that the very people we select to become future judges, the selecting process, we choose the most competent people, moral upbringing.
I have
To say
made
that.
that statement here.
Yes.
That maybe in our constitutional review,
Yes.
we should look at adding more clauses and conditions to the choice of people to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I said it here.
Yeah.
When the
Then they will
issue,
discuss the
yes,
issue.
because you see, I don't think that it's nauseating for me to see Isaac yesterday in a political T-shirt. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next day, he's been nominated as a Supreme
Supreme
Court
Court
judge.
judge.
No matter how, I professionally he may be good. He may be good professionally, competent and everything. But it will take time for me.
I tell you, kick against that.
No,
That was what I was
that's what I'm
pointing.
saying.
Yes.
I said that it is a problem we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Professionally, the person may be right, may be doing his work,
Yes.
but the perception
Exactly. The optics
becomes
are-
a problem.
Especially if it doesn't go on your way.
Yes.
Yes.
I said, oh yes, because recently, let me be frank with you, I had doubts about Justice Jiao. You understand?
Yeah.
I had doubts. On appointed committee, I was one of the people who voted against him,
Okay.
but he was part of the group of the Supreme Court and I read his judgment, and I said, wow, maybe I was a bit biased,
Yeah.
because of his political affiliation at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I believe sometimes some people should be given the benefit of the doubt. He may be NDC, he may be MPP, but he's been appointed.
Yeah.
And once he gets onto the Supreme Court, the bench, he knows he's clothed with some authority that will not permit me to influence him.
Fair.
You get it? We must have that particular distance because look, it's look at all these cases about Jakpa and Unicolendi and all those things. You understand? I believe Uni got involved in that case because Jakpa is a relation.
Yeah.
You get it? Bro, Isaac, can you look at your father or your uncle to go to jail if there is any assistance you can give him?
It is a
Irrespective of the problem.
It's a real problem. And that's what we should really look at. But let's take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll move into the matter of the release of Sedina Tamaklo Ationu. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
In Biggie's house, there's no place to hide. And even when you think no one is watching, the energy can swing in an instant. This BB Nigeria Season 11. Everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale. Because nothing is given. But everything is for the taking when the world watches. Will you be outshined, or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Nigeria Season 11. Showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100 100 100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
Hello again. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel One Television. We're having the news review segment. We've been looking at the matter of the legal vacation and the tussle that has ensued following the announcements. Let's still stay within the courts. Yesterday, the Attorney General withdrew a stay application, and obviously this allows or paves the way for the release of a former Maslock CEO, Madam Sedina Tamaklo Ationu. Now, it's also generated conversation owing to the fact that it's actually also a high-profile case. A high court convicted and sentenced her to 10 years imprisonment in absentia. A court of appeal has overturned that decision. The AG is challenging the decision of the court of appeal at the Supreme Court. The AG had filed a stay application. However, yesterday, when they appeared in court, that stay application was withdrawn. Counsel, let me start again with you. Today we are in the court, so okay. I'm starting more with you. What do you make of all this? And let's do this devoid of the political commentary first. Let's look at it from a legal angle, and then maybe we can throw in some politics thereafter.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I've had the opportunity of looking at the judgment of the High Court.
Of the High Court.
Yes.
Of the High Court. Right.
And I think the way and manner in which the case was prepared, it could have been better. It could have been improved. When you look at the judgment, you can kind of reason why the High Court have reached that particular conclusion. But the whole thing is not in the public interest to free such a person. Even though I believe that fundamentally, having read this judgment, it is equally not in the public interest to keep her in prison. Because in that particular instance, the Constitution would have frowned upon it, because you cannot pinpoint to a particular reason legally as to why she must continue to be in the prison. But as I said, again, in the public interest too. So there are now two public interests. That if somebody is purported to have taken large sums of public money, run away, and eventually find their way here, and it kind of looked like they had been set free. And the manner in which he even arrived, there was debate as to whether she was in prison or not, where is she? And for a period of 2-3 weeks, people couldn't point to whether she was actually in prison. When it turned out that she arrived in a hospital and later was transferred to prison. So if you look at the totality of it, as Ghanaians say, the optics was not very, very good. But as I said, legally, you can reason that the High Court have made the right decision.
The appeals court.
Sorry?
The appeals court.
No.
Both courts.
I mean, both courts.
So
Yes,
that's how it
yes.
creates two different instances.
Yes. But that also called for our reform because I believe that even if the case was badly conducted, and we can still point to the fact that she has done something wrong, maybe it's high time we reform our double jeopardy rules. Yes, it's high time.
Yeah.
And I think we can point to elsewhere, like in the United Kingdom, where they have reformed it. So it's no longer a complete rule. For you to bring a fresh case, so for them, they separate their system to bring independence to it. They have director of public prosecutions who more or less part of the Crown Prosecution Service, different from the Attorney General. So for the director to bring a case that goes against the double jeopardy rule, you need approval from the Attorney General and perhaps the Prime Minister. For the benefit of the public, double jeopardy rule is simply a rule that says that somebody cannot stand trial twice for the same alleged offenses. Simple because we don't want a very oppressive state to keep coming after you on the same matter. So the state have one opportunity to have one go. If you get it wrong, the individual get their freedom. So that one is very clear. This is why we are telling this current Attorney General not to be rushing. They are doing certain things that you think is wrong. Look at the charges that were brought against Hannah. Almost all the charges have changed. If he was convicted in any of these charges, there's a high probability that a future court. Yes. So that tells you, which is American style. I told you I'm not fan of it. Briefing the public, rumble in the jungle, thriller in Manila, all kind of dramatic aspects. So I am not fan of it. So as I said, but is there no way
he was an American trained lawyer?
Well, maybe he is bringing the bad tradition to our system. we are more wedded.
What do you have against the Americans?
Their style of justice delivery, I don't like it. I mean, it doesn't serve justice. They say almost 70% of black adults are in prison. So sometimes their system doesn't work for us.
Right.
And so for me, but we still should find a way to retrieve some of this money back.
Yeah.
Perhaps there could have been civil retrieval system, whereby even if the criminal law has failed, simply because people who were meant to do the work has failed to carry out the job properly, say that she has gotten her freedom. I do not, whilst I see the need for the Attorney General to keep appealing, I'm always scared about precedents for the future. They say that. I know how do I put it mildly? For me, the freedom of individual is always the paramount check.
Yeah.
If we got it wrong, they said that if because of one innocent man, then let 10 people go set 10 people free, just to make sure that 10 guilty people free, just to make sure that one innocent person is not there.
Yeah.
So for me, future, we need to look at this reform. Double jeopardy, definitely we must reform it. And then perhaps we should reform in such a way that people will not go to court to ask for a judicial review of this particular rule. But as I said, for me, legally, she has gotten her freedom. But I've seen Martin Amidu somehow spoke about this particular aspect. And what he's saying is quite interesting. But I want to move away from that area to other areas that the government could have done better. While they are currently prosecuting members of the opposition, they seem to have taken a back seat when it comes to some of their members. I know he will say Atofosi and Japa have been free. Yes, the High Court more or less acquitted them. But the Attorney General...
But they were freed under your government.
Yes. No. But the Attorney General, the point I'm trying to make is that the then Attorney General had appealed to the Supreme Court. But what did you do? You came more or less to discontinue the case. You could have allowed if, example, you believe that he has done nothing wrong, and in the spirit of researching and in the spirit of bringing people properly to account,
allow the process
so that a court
free him
to have a say. But you couldn't do that.
But the Attorney General did the same thing under Sedinam's case.
Which Attorney General?
Odame. when Sedinam appealed, Attorney General opposed it. Opposed her application.
I am not really sure where. Sorry, can you explain further? Because I'm not getting
after
it.
the
Her appeal after her conviction.
Yeah, after her conviction,
Yes.
she appealed.
Yes.
She appealed, and the Attorney General went to court.
Yes.
And opposed the application.
But that's not the point I'm talking about.
No, I just want you to understand.
Yes.
That if we also allow Attorney Generals to exercise this, you said it.
Yes.
That discretion
Yes.
of opposing judgments and opposing judgments, it will create a situation of arbitrary abuse of power.
No, but I'm talking about a party that has campaigned on research, holding people accountable. To see, this is a member of your party, not MPP. Martin Lamisa Amidu is a member of your party.
No.
Oh, whichever way, you presented him as your running mate.
Yes, but
he has been Attorney General during your time.
He himself gave up his membership of the party.
Okay, you're a former member.
I would like that.
You're a former member.
I would like that.
You see that? If you see, I mean, he himself, and sometimes I just like the truth that he can speak to power.
Yeah.
If you are seen to be
so you accept his description of somebody as
the mother serpent of
corruption.
That's why I say sometimes. I didn't say most of the time. You see that?
So when he sees the devil, he quotes the Bible.
Not when he sees the devil. In this particular thing, he's speaking to my mind that when you are entering knowledge prosecute for your members of your party, people like Richard Jakwa and that of Atufosa, when you discontinue that particular case, especially when you are fighting corruption, were they scared that they were afraid of what the Supreme Court might say? Do you understand that? So for me, this thing would have furthered your party interest if you had allowed it to move to the natural conclusion. And we know that it is the court system that has freed him. In this particular case, you cannot point to that. So if you add that with the Sedinam case and all that, the optics is really bad. It's like you have no appetite for fighting corruption other than pursuing your political opponents.
Very well. Honorable, let me read this message and ask you a question based on it. This one says, good morning, Nana. Ghanaians saw the discharge and acquittal of Sedina Tamaklo from afar. The very day she landed in Ghana, we knew something of this sort will happen.
Perception.
We are not surprised. Haj Ahmed Nima. Good. And on that perception, how do we cure that?
Well, let me say this. Like Isaac, I've always believed that the principle of fair hearing and true justice must be played in all cases, irrespective of who is involved. Let all of us be convinced that a crime has been committed and somebody has suffered for it. The person was given the opportunity to defend himself or herself absolutely. And at the point the person himself accepted that he's gotten the opportunity, he is due, and the conviction has come. When the person has been set free, then all of us in the state will also accept.
But in her case, did she show up to mount a defense?
You see, the issue is one, circumstances. So are we saying that tomorrow, Kenneth Ofori-Atta comes here, he goes through the courts, and then the court set him free? Are we saying that justice has not been played? That's the question.
Kenneth Ofori-Atta, well, you have to be careful. There's nothing, so far, nothing has been proven to be wrong. Because you said the court will set him free.
No,
as far as
I'm
the laws
saying
of Ghana
assumption.
Okay.
It's an assumption I'm making.
So make a
so
conviction.
That the perception,
conviction.
this perception that somebody is freed because of political influences is where I want us to put in the back. Right from flowing from the discussion we had earlier. That we, in this country, we allow our perceptions to influence our conclusions more than looking at the issues. So right from beginning, people have perceived, oh, when she comes, she will be set free. So immediately she's set free, people were not even looking at the basis for which she was set free by the appeals court. You understand? I'm happy that today, a lot more people, having read the judgment of the High Court, are saying that maybe it's the prosecution that have let us down.
Okay.
You get it? A lot. Isaac is not the only person. I've seen many more people. I even read a very beautiful piece written by Manasseh that at the first instant, he was convinced political game has been played. But after reading the judgment, he has come to the conclusion that the prosecution did a bad job. I work with Sedina. She's a beautiful sister to me, right from day one. Personally, it is not true. You understand? Me, I was put before the court. Look, all the things that were said about me. I standing there, I was asking myself, why? Was I living? Are they talking about? Were they talking about me? Was I living in another dreamland? Because I never saw those things. But somebody has beautifully crafted that thing and put on my head. And the whole world out there saw me as a criminal. You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes we must take care and give opportunity. We said in them, all of us will argue that she abused the opportunity to defend herself.
Yeah.
So everything that was said about her legitimately was said. But this is an opportunity that we should also look at the fact that she has appealed her conviction as late as 2024. And the only reason why that appeal was not heard because of the dramatic stand taken by Godfrey Dame to oppose the application and delay the hearing of the application. You get it? Until you look at that factor too, you can say that maybe, and those are the things that, like Isaac all analyze, give room for me and him to think that there are always political influences in cases involving such people. You get it? Today, people, in spite of all the issues involved in Wontumi case, people are not looking at the case of the crime which have been committed, of the regulations that have been flouted and things. People are just looking at the political side of it. He's being jailed because he's Wontumi. You get it? Some people are even postulating that he's going to jail because NDC is scared of him becoming the national chairman. you get such warped, perceptions of people. But I'm saying that let's allow. So I have no problem with Wontumi going on appeal.
Yeah.
If he goes on appeal, and the judge or the judges look at the case and look at the prosecution from the High Court, and they say no, we think things are not done right, I have no problem with it. He's a human being, and like Ishak said, it is stated that if for a reason that one innocent man who's going to go to jail, it's better to have 10 other people freed for that person to also have his freedom.
Right.
It is something I agree. Sedina's case, and I was happy I listened to Oliver Baka. He did a wonderful analysis of this issue. I don't know whether it was your network or so. Yeah. You understand? He looked at UK system, look at American system, and look at how prosecutions are done and why it's always difficult before. He said before a charge will be preferred on somebody, the investigative bodies have done their work to the situation, to the point that they are convinced that they have to charge. You understand?
Yeah.
But in this country, the police are always eager to charge.
That's why we have a problem with this mugshot thing and this publication of faces and all that.
They are too eager.
Exactly.
Yes, they're eager. So
that's American system, the mugshot.
So I think that as part of the reforms of our system and where we have gotten to now, and we all agree that in order that people's lives will not be destroyed and people must be presumed innocent until proven guilty, we must all reform the system. Both our prosecutorial structures must be looked at. I also have this problem of, different problem of different prosecutorial, you know, stance,
approaches
and all those things. It becomes a bit murky for me. And I think we must look at it. Look, like I said, in some jurisdictions, when the Department of Justice takes the decision to prosecute you, then they've been able to put together all the investigations that have been done by either the FBI or the State Department or other, and they have come to the conclusion that you must be prosecuted. You understand? So it becomes a case that you cannot get yourself out. About Sadinam, I think it is only right if the Attorney General is convinced that traversing that path will end in an embarrassment. Because you only go on appeal when you are convinced that you go on a review when you are convinced that the grounds for the appeal were flawed in law, or the processes for the acquittal by the appeals court was not convincing enough. But then, if you look at the whole Sedina case, the appeals court judgment was structured on the flaws at the trial court. That is basically. Because if, for example, you say somebody has stolen money, you understand? She took money and she has spent it. Where is the evidence showing that she took money? It's simple. All that the court needed to do, all that the prosecution needed to do, is to show evidence.
Yeah.
But you can't come to court on hearsay. You understand? I wanted to cite a case, but it's in court. I wouldn't want to be cited for this. So I think that this is a lesson for us. We all think that our Attorney General's department, I wouldn't want to say Attorney General's department did a bad job, and that is what has set Sedina free. Like he said, if we think that still there is some evidence of she having squandered state money, and we can proceed on the path of civil procedure and get that money back.
Make some recoveries.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine for me. I told somebody, if tomorrow the court says that, won't to me, okay, the judgment of the circuit court or the high court was this thing, but then we are now going to appeals court say he should go and recover all the land. You know, I will be more happy. You understand? Than he sitting in jail
20 years.
You get me?
Yeah.
The cost, if he can pay for the cost of the environmental degradation that it has caused, I will be more happy. Because he's going to be in jail. We are going to feed him.
Yeah.
You get it? We are going to feed him. We are going to pay electricity. Bills, in addition to what he has done. So I will be happy that he goes on appeal. They said, 5 years. And then also pay this amount of money for reclamation. I'm happy. The system is said that we have opportunity in all these instances to reform our system. And I've said it again, I'm not a lawyer. But I think with a little bit of knowledge I have acquired, I think there's a lot that the lawyers, the professionals, the lecturers of law, and the rest can come together and let us have, like we did with our economic development. Well, if we can have a century dialogue on the way forward for our economy, why can't we have an aqua safari dialogue on reform our judiciary and our justice system?
Right.
It will be good as a country.
Right. We have just a few minutes to go. So briefly, are you aware of this Adamus Resources mining relocation?
Yes.
I think now the argument has become why we tend to pat the backs of if like foreigners with kids' clothes and bring a sledgehammer.
And that is actually
I also agree.
It's actually troubling. Revocation might not be enough because the very thing that they allege Chairman Wintumi have done, I think this company apparently have done worse. And even the reassignment of the lease, he had given it to Chinese. I don't want to mention Chinese.
That is being disputed. It's not true.
Okay. Somebody have done work on it, and I had the privilege of talking to him, Kwame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is Kwame's full name? The guy associated with Pan African TV. I think he has actually visited the village.
The guy who was the running mate to Alan Chemate.
Exactly.
Oh,
Kwame. Yes.
Okay.
So Kwame, I actually had the opportunity of talking to Kwame. He said he was sent by the minister to the village. So I think he is a primary witness. Who he expressed, and I've heard him on GTV sharing a panel with him, as well as GH1. He made it very clear that the reassignment was given to foreigners. The very thing that
without the permission of the minister.
Yes. That's why I said the very thing Chairman Wontumi is alleged to have done is what they have done. So revocation might not be enough. In fact, it will even speak to the claims that Chairman Wontumi is a political prisoner. Because if what he has done is not up to what this company have done, and yet he has been given 20 years, with the lady, as they say, give a pat at the back by revocation, then what informed the choice to prosecute Chairman Wontumi other than political persecution? So yes, that side, if you are not able to do that, and then you can even tie that with the conviction that has happened in the United States about the Beku case. So all those who are in the spirit of fighting corruption and then correcting wrongdoing, these two particular cases, I think the government, the prosecution needs to do.
I agree with Isaac. And then I've listened to people who think that this particular Adamus is being treated with case gloves. And I agree that then a replay of Aisha Hong's issue, for example, comes in. You understand? When we can arrest our own people and put them in jail, but when it comes to Aisha Hong, we said she must just leave the country and go. She goes and she turns back and come back. You understand? I agree that many a time we tend to give some sort of undeserved advantage to foreigners and foreign institutions. Many Ghanaian companies have suffered certain actions for their offending the regulations. But when foreigners offend the regulation, we tend to look at them, we think that, it will affect foreign investment, it will attend this, so we should treat them. I think a crime is a crime.
Right.
No matter where it's committed and no matter who commits it. We must deal with the person decisively according to the law. So if Adamus has offended, they must face the law.
Very well.
So, but have you changed the policy first of all? Because we heard when you took over, 6 months after you took over, there was a policy incongruence between the Attorney General and that of the Interior Minister. Because the Interior Minister made it very clear that when a foreigner is arrested for engaging in galamsey, they were merely going to deport them rather than prosecutions. I'm not sure whether you are aware.
I think I saw something of the sort. I saw something.
We'll have to leave it here. Our time is up.
But you see, the Interior Minister is different from the laws guarding our minerals and mining law.
Right.
He's enforcing them.
No, but there's a difference.
But he
very well. We'll find time to engage further on this matter. Thank you so much, Honorable Nilante Vanderpoy. Thank you so much, Ishaq Ibrahim. And thank you also for joining us and sending in your messages. I am Nanatu for Boateng. Please don't go away. The show continues after this.
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m, Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m, Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m, and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m, Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, Channel 133 on DSTV.
Looking for everything made in Ghana? All in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank and MTN. This is Ghana Exhibition 2026, celebrating Ghana, showcasing excellence. Congratulations to all the top 100 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2026. The journey continues. Level 2. Aptitude test. The top 100 contestants from across Ghana will take part in a written aptitude test on Sunday, 16th August 2026. The time is 12:30 p.m. and the venue, British Council, Accra. From the top 100, 10 regional teams of 3 will emerge as finalists and battle it out in the exciting Literacy Challenge 2026 quiz competition. The ultimate winner will walk away with 10,000 Ghana cedis, a laptop, and a national recognition. Stay tuned to City FM and Channel One TV as we follow these young talents on their journey to becoming the ultimate Literacy Challenge champion. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel One TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, Advocates Publishing, Tema Oil Refinery, and Delhi Group.
Families that are struggling, unfortunately. Look up to families like the Blankins and learn from you. I mean, isn't that exciting? Fantastic. So, what I need you to do for me, I'm going to be behind the camera over there, and I'm going to be asking you questions. I need you to look to that camera. Can we see it? And I need you to answer the questions. Remember, I need the answers to be as organic and honest as possible.
I'm going to keep it to tap like that.
Both bars.
One time, a thief broke into the house, and then Daddy was wearing Mommy's nightgown.
Nightgown?
You remember, right? We thought it was a thief in the house, and then all of a sudden, Kobe and I were here in the hall, so scared, and then we saw Mom and Dad coming out. Like, they just came out like that, and Daddy was in Mommy's nightgown, like, so funny. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even a thief.
What was it?
It was a shed that was blowing in the
outside.
The Blankstons airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and is sponsored by Out Insecticide, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, Everpack, and Lily Rice on Channel One TV.
The vibe is too much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and it's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. As you all know, Nana Tufo-Boateng started the show with his panelists as they broke down some stories that are shaping the nation politically. And we are going to be taking you from now till 11 a.m., bringing you the best of both worlds when it comes to entertainment, information, and everything that you actually need to know, and everything that consists of a beautiful morning show. And remember that today is the auto show and an expo, so we are going to be actually transitioning somewhere in the show to see what is happening at the Zonda Tech head office or showroom as they go through the auto show. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Carter, and you're welcome.
And I am Wahab Abdulrazak. Thank you very much for joining us this hour. Do not go anywhere. As Chris has said, everything is going to be a very insightful show. So stay with us right here on the show. Before we zoom in, let's check how the weather is going to look like today.
And of course, this is the weather from the Ghana Meteorological Agency, and it's an 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. this morning. Now let's get to the summary. Early this morning, patches of mist or fog are expected over parts of the coastal, forest, and mountainous areas. Elsewhere, mostly cloudy conditions will prevail, becoming variably cloudy with intervals of sunshine in the afternoon. However, slight rain or drizzle may affect some areas in the south, while thunderstorms with rain are likely over parts of the transition and northern sector later in the day. Note that it's going to be a relatively cool night and early morning temperatures across the country. And also the state of the sea are rough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. this morning. I remember that you can follow the Ghana Meteorological Agency on social media platforms like X, YouTube, WhatsApp, which is a channel, and also TikTok. So do well to follow them and subscribe to their channels. I remember you can also download any other weather app to also follow the weather. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Now it's time for us to check out some of our reminders. What do we have?
All right, so the D-Day is here. The Auto Sale and the Expo is starting today at the Zonda Tech showroom located at Jolo. So if you're looking for a vehicle, if you want to even change it, you have one and you want to change it, if you want to add more to your fleet, then make your way to the Zonda Tech showroom located at Jolo on the N1 highway, because there's going to be an array of different vehicles, you know, from pickup to saloon to 4x4, everything is going to be there. So make your way there and you get the opportunity to even test drive the vehicle. You get meet insurance people, educate you about insurance. Vehicle and insurance are intertwined. One cannot go and leave the other. So make your way to the Zonda Tech showroom located at Jolo now. The Auto Sale and Expo is happening now, and this is brought to you by Channel 1 Television in collaboration with Zonda Tech Ghana Limited.
Remember that the Literacy Challenge 2026 is still on, and we are in level 2 of the Literacy Challenge, or the race to the final day. Now, the level 2 is all about the aptitude test, and the aptitude test is going to be happening on this Sunday, the 16th of August 2026 at the British Council at 12:30 p.m. You got to get there before 12:30 p.m. because it's going to be starting at 12:30 p.m. And also, this is all about the top 100 contestants that we had actually announced earlier this week, and even yesterday we mentioned some of the names. And this top 100 contestants are coming from across Ghana, and obviously having to sit for the aptitude test. They're going to be tested on writing, on using their minds and thinking out of the box, and creativity and all that. So I hope you're all preparing, because it's going to be happening this Sunday at the British Council. Good luck to all 100 contestants that have been mentioned.
Right, and thank you to our sponsors as well.
I want to say a very big thank you to Prospectus Ghana, and we also want to say a big thank you to SIC and
Advocate Publishing, the Tema Oil Refinery, and the Daily Group. All right, get ready for This is Ghana exhibition. This August is going to be very exciting. I mean, later this month, 29th and 30th of August at the Efwa Sutherland Children's Park, we're going to turn the whole place to, to showcase the very best of Ghana's entrepreneurs, the startups, SMEs. Bring out your innovations, bring out your products, your services even. We are not only doing tangibles, but the services you can offer, which is produced right here in Ghana. We're giving you that platform to connect with customers, to connect with patrons, to connect with potential business partners and investors as well. So contact us on 0205 973 973, 0205 973 973, or 0558 973 973 to book your spot, so that you secure that spot to get to be part of the biggest exhibition of made in Ghana products, which we are, all pushing to put the made in Ghana brand in Ghana, beyond Ghana, and as well. So it is free entry for our patrons and customers. Do not worry. Load your wallet. I always say load the wallet heavy. Make it heavy so that you on the D-Day, the 29th and 30th of August at the Efwa Sutherland Children's Park between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. each day. That will be happening. Thank you very much to our sponsors, MTN and EcoBank.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday, and of course, every Thursday at 7:30, we get to watch The Blankstons. The Blankstons is actually a Channel 1 TV production centered around the Ghanaian family, and also takes us back what goes into the Ghanaian family setting or African family setting. There are different stories, there are different things to learn from. It's entertaining, it's inspiring, it's exciting, and of course, it's very family friendly. Family friendly meaning that you can gather the kids and you all can sit and enjoy everything that happens in the Blankstons. The good thing is that if you missed it on Thursday, we actually have repeat days for you to enjoy. So it starts on Fridays it's 11:30, Saturdays 7 o'clock, and then Sundays 4:30 p.m. and then Tuesdays 3 p.m. and also Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we also want to say a very big thank you to NASCO, Lizzie Shito, Out Mosquito Coil, Everpack, and Lele. Thank you so much for being our sponsors on this. And remember that this is a Channel 1 TV production. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in this evening at 7:30.
All right, so that's all for the trends for now. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, we bring you what is trending on the various social media platforms.
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m., Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m., Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m., and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m. Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, channel 134 on GoTV.
My line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. The one in Kessie and in the kit one.
Samayo Kendini, and who be here? Samacha Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and no, and a bomb is so buying, and man is swing, and the sounds of Mamma Hotel so it will be Johnny.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack. EduPack? Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS. By Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 Television. And now we're going to delve into the trends. What is trending on the various social media platforms? So from Facebook to Instagram to X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. We've gone to that from all those social media platforms and we've come into service. So the first one on our list has to do with scholarship secretary, the Ghana Scholarship Fund alleged misused in the UK. So in a viral video, the Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Her Excellency Zita Saba Benson, she was, highlighting some misuse of the fund. So let's get into it. So she says the Scholarship Secretariat spent around £90,000 on visas, airfare, and costs for recipient's spouse and
The
recipient's spouse and 3 children, plus £8,000 monthly stipend per family member. And so she has described that practice as reckless, noting entire family receiving support while student fees went unpaid, contributing to tens of millions in arrears to UK universities. Let's look at the video where she made those claims, and when we come back, we'll look at some comment across the social media platform on what people expressed on that.
These are documents from the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. All these. And if you see the rot if you see the rot in this, you will be amazed. All these are scholarship documents that I received from the Ghana Scholarship. Look, I cringed reading these documents. I cringed. The rot that happened under the former registrar. This particular one is one woman gets, I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
I'll say princess.
Poor and needy people.
No, they are not. Name princess. She gets a scholarship. She goes with her children, 3 of them. Ajovi, Akosia, Asiye.
The children are also awarded scholarship.
No, they are paid to come and stay with the mother to study. Come and stay with the mother to study.
Why?
And the spouse, the husband.
Is that how it works?
That is how Kisila Jiman did it.
Is it legal?
I have no idea. And so this one, for instance, she has 3 children. She gets awarded a master's degree program. She gets paid for the master's program with stipends. Her husband gets paid to come and support the wife to study. Together with their 3 children. Together with
support us in how?
That's a baby. Is a baby also a scholarship student? That is the awardees' children. That's the husband. That's another child. And I'll tell you, they pay their airfare. They pay
with taxpayers' money.
Yes, therefore, their visas, yellow fever card, ticket comes to about £90,000. And every month, the 3 children, the husband, everybody, each, not to all of them, each gets £8,160 for supporting the mother to study. Do you think that is fair to the taxpayer of Ghana? And that is why NIB must move fast and make arrests and make people pay for this. People must refund. If you get a scholarship, and you think that you are a wife, and you are not ready to move away from your husband or your children, then stay in Ghana instead.
There are other universities.
Why should my taxes be paid to take care of you to come and read MBA in London?
When we have universities that can
come and read MBA. When you are coming, you bring your whole flock, including husband in tow. And the question I asked is, were the husbands not working? That they could move house and move to the UK to come and support their wives to study. No money share. And the husbands who also got it and came with their wives, the wives, what were they doing? Therefore,
there you have it. That was Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Zita Benson, highlighting some alleged misuse of the scholarship fund to some, beneficiaries, including their dependent receiving a monthly stipend for supporting the beneficiary for studying. Chris, your thoughts on this? I'm shocked.
Well, I'm not shocked because it's been said that there's been a lot of rot in, some of these sectors. Do you understand? This is not the first time that we're hearing of such rot. And it's just quite unfortunate that, it just keeps happening. But at the end of the day, it's also sickening that a lot of people have to go through so much turmoil, so much pain, so much embarrassment, just because the secretariat cannot actually pay their fees, not knowing that they are just throwing money to people who didn't even qualify
Deserve it, yeah.
Well, we wouldn't say deserve. Yeah, the mother deserves it, but the children, they do not qualify. The husband obviously does not qualify. So there is a big problem. And I don't understand. Like, I also agree with the High Commissioner. If you're someone awarded a scholarship and you know that whatever you have in Ghana, like family, is very important to you and you cannot leave. There are schools in Ghana Why don't you school in Ghana? And I also feel like it's also important to say that when it comes to education, since the world is evolving, do you understand? We are seeing a lot more people going to school online. I mean, that could have been an option too. And maybe when you're ready to graduate, then you go and graduate out there. A lot of people do it too. So I don't understand why that couldn't have happened. Because the husband part is the one that blew my mind. Why is the husband not working? Let me ask the same question that the High Commissioner. Are the husbands not working? And like, even you as a husband, are you not scared that this is actually going to be a problem? Even if your wife is doing something like that, so common sense couldn't have told you that this is a scholarship for my wife and this is what we are doing. So it feels like everybody's just a criminal at this point. I wouldn't want to add the children to this situation, but both parents and whoever awarded the scholarship to them, because at the end of the day, the parents are the recipients, but there is someone that signed off that the money should be going to these people every month, that the money should be used to buy to buy the tickets for these people traveling up and down. It's wild. It's wild. I just think
because
the government should do something about it.
just
Because
like the High Commissioner called
if
for.
nobody is accountable for this, it will just be all talks and nothing will happen. And next time, something like this or more will even happen.
This is not actually the first time we are hearing of this story, just like you mentioned earlier. And I'm particularly shocked because most of these courses they go overseas to read are offered right here in our universities. They are offered here. So what is the point? I'm costing the state huge sums of money. Look at what she mentioned, over £90,000 just for yourself. And meanwhile, the same course is offered in our public universities.
Some courses,
and even most of those courses. Look at the MBA, they are offered here. So what is the point? And they do not even come back and help the country. They stay and receive stipends on top of it. Meanwhile, the genuine people who are supposed to receive these benefits do not get them. They go and they don't get it. Exactly. So just like the High Commissioner called for investigation into this, I think it should be done. But let's check out some comments on this particular one. The Great, he says, Charlie, but which brazen thievery be this? Ghana Police Service at the OSP Ghana, I beg you, do the needful. Nana Efie, I'm a firm believer in taking charge of your own future, especially when you are born into systems that are set up to work against you, even if you are working diligently. Hubert Tioko Esquire. In all of this, the awardees went to read MBA, which is offered by most of every university in the country.
Almost every university.
Almost every. So just like I was saying, Bobby Henry, absolutely disappointing. If these figures are accurate, this is unacceptable to use taxpayers' money. Public funds should serve the public, not privileged individuals and their families. Dr. Erica Ntiamwa Mensah, my heart hurt listening to this. I typed an episode and deleted. I see poverty every day in critical situations. This is very sad. We all know what we are doing. May God judge us. That's very bad. Very, very bad. All right, let's move away from that, Chris. What more do we have?
All right, the next one is a serious problem that we have all been tackling when it comes to gender-based violence, and now this is on children. So this is part of the pedophilia issue that we've been talking about. We've been saying it, that it seems like there's a pedophilia problem in the country, and we are not going to be showing any video because it's sort of gory and it will be a bit triggering, basically. So, but even speaking about it might be triggering. So this is just a trigger warning to each and everyone around there: gender-based violence and pedophilia. All right. So there was a video of a young man accused of sexually assaulting an 8-year-old boy. And this video surfaced on the internet some days ago. So the video shows him apprehended by people of community and subsequently being questioned about his actions. He goes on to confess and narrate the entire incident on the video. So it's actually a bit hard to hear, so that's why we might not be playing it for you to hear. So that's why I put out the trigger warning. But this is actually a serious problem. This guy is said to be 24-year-old and he forced himself. He sexually assaulted this boy. I would call it what it is. He raped this 8-year-old boy by sodomy. We have seen grown men, do all sorts to girl childs. And now we're also reminding you that little boys also get abused. This is a problem. I like the fact that the community caught him. I like the fact that he's been named and shamed. Maybe they shouldn't hit him, but it is very, very annoying. And it's going to be very traumatizing on that child for life, especially with the place that we are right now. And look at the environment. I doubt that child will ever get therapy.
Yeah.
It will just be one of those things that, oh, okay, life goes on as usual. But then again, we forget that apart from the traumatic phase that this boy is going to be going through, especially mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, which will affect his mental state, there is also the issue of sexually transmitted diseases that happens when these issues, that occurs when these issues like this happens. We've seen little girls being, HIV positive because one man out there forcefully, threw himself on her. But now this is a little boy that is going through the same thing. And when we talk about the vulnerable in the world, we always like to mention women, girls, elderly people, and the disabled.
Forgetting the boys, yeah.
It's not about forgetting the boys.
But the emphasis has not been on them.
It is
much.
women, girls, women and little children. The boy is 8 years old. Where does he fall in?
Well, of course, little children, but even with that, boys in general, let's be honest.
Boys
Chris,
are put in the category of children because women face more sexual abuse than men. When statistics show that women face more sexual abuse than men.
I'm just pointing to the fact that boys in general, right? Boys in general, not young boys, have in a way been sidelined when it comes to issues about this advocacy and all that.
No, we're talking about gender-based violence. That is sexual, SGBV, sexual and gender-based violence.
You just don't want to succumb. Let's give them the
No, it's not about succumbing. It's statistics. Numbers show. You have to talk with facts. This is not about succumbing. This is not about emotions. When it comes to these issues, you talk with statistics. You talk with numbers. It's not an issue of emotions because I'm a boy. And if it's because of emotions, when you want to talk about people speaking for people, women speak for girls. It's women that are advocating for little girls. Men should also come out and advocate for boys.
You are very
so
right
it's
on
not
that.
in a situation, what you're doing is wrong. It's not in a situation when people come out to talk about issues, you now come out to sweep it away and say, what about? So what are you using your platform for?
Oh yeah, I think now we've seen some change in that. This blogger Kobiche, he's
so you too, you can, no, it's not.
Oh yeah, so I'm also doing that, just like I'm doing now.
No, wait, it's not about Kobiche doing. Kobiche is doing, and we give him kudos.
Credit,
you
yeah.
can also do that. But
yeah, we all do it, but
sweep,
it's not been massive.
But trying to sweep a fact down and say, oh, because this, no, it's not right. It's not right.
Yeah,
Two things can be right at the same time, but do not do it when one is being spoken about.
This particular incident is right. No, that is wrong with everything. We don't have to endorse this. Why must a 24-year-old man, and let me say, boy, should go and assault an 8-year-old boy? And to
so that's
think
what I'm
of
saying.
it,
The boy
that's
is under the
very bad.
category of children. When they say that women and children are the ones that face abuse a lot. So this is the issue of talking for children. So now that is what we are saying, that children face a lot of these things because most times we also forget to teach them about body autonomy. When a child faces issues like this, if a child knows anything about body autonomy, the child will be able to speak out.
Yeah.
The child will be able to say, this is happening to me. The child will be able to say, no, don't touch me here because mom said nobody can touch me here. Mom said nobody can touch my vagina. Mom said nobody can touch my my penis. That's why I always advocate for teaching about body autonomy. Sex education is very important. We might think that children are young, but it starts from a very young age. They face a lot of things from a very young age. That is why we need to sit down and advise. And I think, like the other day we had an interview here, it's important for the schools to start implementing sex education. Let children know their body parts. Let children know and protect themselves by, maybe they cannot fight back, but they can say, oh no, mommy say don't do this. Oh no, teacher said, this is wrong. It's important to have these conversations with them. And I think this boy should go to, should face the law.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel he should go to prison. I feel he should go to prison. And also, we saw a part where a woman was trying to shield him. We don't need to shoot people like this.
That's some of the things we do in our community, and we see the perpetration of some of these acts. No matter who the victim is, let's just, face this at it and do not sugarcoat and do some of those things. No, just like Chris is saying, if we're able to educate the young people, if we're able to tell them some of this will not happen.
This has been a very great conversation, but we reminded you that we are going to be heading over to the Zondertech Ghana Limited showroom where the Auto Sale and Expo is happening. So we are going to be moving over there right now. Jude Duncan is actually on the floor right now to take us through. Hi, Jude.
Welcome to the 2026 Zondertech Ghana Limited and Channel 1 TV Auto Show and Expo, Auto Sale and Expo. We are here to bring you the very best. All what this is about delivering Ghana's automotive future through local assembly, innovation, and of course, accessible vehicle ownership. We are here live at the Zondertech Ghana Limited Auto Showroom here inside Jowolo in Accra. Today promises to be fun, it promises to be exciting, it promises to be fun-filled with so many opportunities for whatever your interests are as far as the automotive industry is concerned. You're welcome, viewers live on Channel 1 TV. Right here, we have over 15 banks also assembled here. They'll be explaining to us, giving us insights and details into all the amazing range of products as far as auto financing is concerned. So today on the show, and for today's Auto Sale and Expo, it promises to be very fun, very exciting. You don't want to miss anything that will happen here. We have a wide range of vehicles assembled for all our viewers and of course for those who've joined us in-house right here at the Zondertech Ghana showroom. It's not just an exhibition, it's a celebration of what promises to be a drive towards significantly and very importantly changing Ghana's automotive future. Join us in-house. Are ready and will be very shortly starting today's Sale and Expo, where we'll be showcasing the wide range, the spectrum of vehicles available, and it promises to be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning and welcome to the 2026 Auto Sale and Expo. I was thinking you put your hands together. Let's do it much louder. Much louder. And for Zondertech Ghana Limited, and this time for Channel 1 TV. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome once again. the truth of the matter is, the happier you are today, the more likely I get a vehicle to walk away with. So I want you to be very happy, and I want you to smile a lot. Thank you so much. Today we are here for an auto sale and expo happening here at the Zonda Tech Auto Showroom. But the truth really is that it's beyond an auto sale. It's a celebration of years of dedication and commitment to the cause of improving Ghana's automotive industry. And for that reason, we are here to celebrate that cause. And we'll be grateful if you can spare some time, take out your phones, go on social media, share the amazing things you see right here. We are live on Channel One TV. And of course, all the lovely viewers out there following all that is happening here. Wouldn't waste much of your time. We'll go straight to this program. We'll start with a quick opening prayer, and I'll indulge all of us to just briefly close our eyes if we can while we just say a very quick prayer. So we are grateful this morning, oh God, for an opportunity really to celebrate and to showcase all that you've given unto us as a beloved country. We pray, committing today's auto sale and expo into your hands, we pray that everything will go on accordingly and as planned, and that at the end of the day, the real winner would be our beloved nation, Ghana. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for this great occasion. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Once again, can we put our hands together for the MC opening prayer? Amazing. So we wouldn't waste much time. We would now start off the program. Like I said, this is proudly brought to you by Zonda Tech Ghana Limited and Channel One TV. Right now, we are live on Channel One TV, and everything that will be happening here today, like I said earlier, promises to be fun. We have the wide-ranging vehicles on display. What we are intending to do today is to engage really the wide range of automobiles assembled here today for whatever your needs are. Trust me, there is something for you. And I think that is the perfect tagline for today's program. For whatever you are doing, whether you're in construction, whether you're in business, you're in the service industry, whatever you are that you need a vehicle for, there is something from you from Zonda here today. And that is why today's event has been put together. Without wasting my time, we'll call on Madam Yang, the founder and CEO of Zonda Tech Ghana Limited. Let's put our hands together for her as she delivers a welcome address.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, representatives from government,